Hello and welcome back for this video, and I'm so sorry I'm not good to record this in one pieces because it took too long. My plan first was to the previous video, and this video should be recorded in one step, but it's basically took longer than I expected. So yeah, that's happening sometimes, so that's why I have creating this video about the next step. And in this video we'll complete where we left it from the previous video, where we have this screen logged in, where we can say cancelled and accept. And in this video we will complete it, so we can say accept, and then it will change for the in development mode page if you're in setting the provider into the development mode, and this hello world and site URL will be replaced with the right data from the provider. This area here will not be infected right now because I need to think more about that before I can create this. But I think that's what we want to do for now in this video, and I really hope I can build it around 10-20 minutes around that. So I probably need to stop speaking, but if you love my speaking, then you can just subscribe to this channel in the right corner below. I really hope you want, and I appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you taking time to watching my videos. It's an honor for me to teach. So if you have any questions, please make them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them, of course, and remember to share and like this video when you're done. And else I'll just say thank you for watching one more time, and let's begin. So open the ELSA again, and we want a little bit here. We need to the provider here. It's equal to ODM provider, and then objects. And what we want to do now, it's just saying the primary key should be requested by the provider, and the provider here should be the ID. And if the request method it's equal to post, then we do something inside here. But first I will replace something down here, and what I want to replace here, it's the name. It should be the name of it, and then we need the settings here and the site URL, and that's what we want. But as you remember, we don't have this inside in the provider, so I'll just check it, and we don't have it. So we need to make the site URL here, site URL, and then we can just say what should we say? We just say demo.com. That's the domain we want to return to. If I'm going back for the browser too, and then we should see it's here, Mongo failed. And what have I done this time? I'm missing get here. The difference between objects and get, it's the objects take everything out, and the get is giving me a single one. And now you can see the development, and it's on demo.com. That's what we want. And then we're going back for the editor again, and you are ready for the next one. It's inside here. We say if the request form, then we get the trigger data bgn trigger. If it's equal to cancel, cancel, then we do something here, print do what we want with cancel. Elif, you say the request from get is bgn trigger, it's equal to accept, print do what we want with accept. And else we have something here. I just want to log in info. wrong button trigger command hidden, and we don't do anything else. So now we can just going back for the browser. We don't need to do anything here, and just reload it so it doesn't do something weird over here with us. And the accept here will be access token. It's equal to ODM access token, and then we need the object get, and then we need the access token, and the access tokens we're taking from the UL query, because we have sending in, you're coming inside with the provider ID and the public key, then creating the access token for this request. It's having expired on around 30 minutes, and it's not more secret than that, because nobody know what's inside this token, only what's the key is on this token, and that's fine for me because it's no problem to handle that. And then we have the ODM account token, and we say the objects, and inside here we say the primary key, it's equal to the access token provider, the provider ID. And then we just want to say update. And what we want to update inside here is let's say push, because what we are inside here, it's the user say I will accept the terms, the privacy and the terms of service for this provider side, and that's what we want. So we say the push double underscore to say providers. Whoops. And what we want to push is the provider ID here. And then we're just saying if the provider settings in development mode, then we say nothing else, we say nothing here. And let's just go for this one. Account grant access for provider, it's in development mode, sending for response in development page. And I'll go down here and say return to real or accept for this provider. And the next step we want to say is just return, and then we say redirect, and then we say form response in development, and then we say this one, and you will encode and request arguments. So that's meaning if I'm going for the browser and I'm accepted it, then we have a error. Providers, the field providers. Let me see in the account. It's because it's not account, it's access. This one, my mistake. And then we go in here and reload it again, and we are now in hello world, and you can see response in development mode. So right now it's working as it should be, and I think that's nice. So let's styling the page for the response in development mode, and then we're going for the template here and create the file. Before we do this, I can see we have a problem here, and we need to say account ID. And let's go in for the browser, close this down, we can just go back, that's fine, and accept and see what happening in the database. And now we have one. I just seen that about we have the wrong one here because the provider ID we don't match. So the primary key in the account should of course be the account ID. So now we can just create a new HTML. I think we can do this one, and we say response in development, and we will remove this file. We don't need that anymore. And then we're going for the form here, and we have it here, and that's perfect. So let's go in for the HTML file, and I'll just start typing code here. Access accepted. And that's fine. We can always change the name here, and we don't need the form anymore. We can just do this one. And what I'm going to do now is I'll say copy URL to development environment. Yes, I'm spelling correct, yay! And then we are going down here to say div style, and background light gray, and then we say padding 3 pixels, and we say word break all. That's meaning we have a long key, and if we don't do this, it will look pretty ugly. I can just show you what happened later when we have it right. Fix it here, and then we need the BR brackets, two pieces, and then we need the class alert the warning. And what we're doing here, I will explain why you hit this page. So if you put this out in the production, you hit this page, then your customers can say, I got this yellow blanket in this development mode. So that's what we want to do now. I will try to help the developers to not do this. You hit this page because the provider are in development mode. Disable development mode to automatic return to this URL. Next time assign. That's what we want. And then we're going for the start sheet file here, and up in the alert we have alert succeeds, danger, and now we have warning. And we need the background. The background should be FFF3CD, and then we need the border should be FFEEBA, and then 6404. And I think maybe that's what we need inside the style static folder. So let's going back for this one and reload it. Yeah, you can see the URL here is doesn't here, and that's okay because we don't have working with that. So let's going back to the editor and start fixing the URL you will see here. So let's going back for the editor, and the next step, I think we don't need to have this put out more. And scrolling up, and we are here in the form, and this is what we want. We want to say the provider is equal to provider. Yeah, we need to go up in the top because we need to having the provider get return URL. That's what we want to create now. So from library provider import provider, and that's what we're going down to say. I think the sign in here. Let me collapse this. And the confirm access, I think we're not done here. So that's the provider, and provider ID is equal to request this one, and provider. Then we need the ID. That's what we want. And then let's go in for this file, and we don't need to see that construction of data. We don't need the update. We don't need the create. We don't need the get content. But we need to create one new function called get return URL. And what we are putting inside here, it's the arguments we received, and that's we want to say it's a dictionary, and what we return is a string. Let's just pass it out now. And then I need to think what we want to go to do. So I just need to find the function in my documentation here. Good. Then we need to response here. And the URL's argument is the real. That's mean if we having this, I think if this one in else self provider settings accept URL. I think that's the correct one. Yeah, and then we need to del we just do this one. I think that's easier. Else and then we are good to go. And then we need the URL prefix, and this should be HTTPS if self provider settings SSL site SSL else HTTP, and then we need the site URL equal to self settings site URL, and then we return. I think we will call it get accept return URL, because that's what we want. We will probably build one more for the cancel one. And then we need the site URL, and then we need response URL, and then we need the question mark, and we'll encode and arguments, and we need to add this one up here from URL lib pass import URL encode, and here we go down with any kind of errors. Copy this function, go to the form, and inside here we can going back to where we come from. And that's the site URL. And provider, get this one, and arguments is equal to directory request arguments. So if everything is going well here, you will see a token here, and we're doing. So you can see we have the none. We need to take care of that. That's meaning we don't have anything, and I can just say this one. Yeah. If not none else, and here we go. Should be go away now. Okay, we have an error. It's not none. Then we are going up here, and yes, if I'm going up here to say rel is equal to let's get beer, then we should have let's get beer, and then the access token and what we else have inside here. It could be you need something like custom var is equal to 1234, and then you can do this. We will send it back. So if it's a user login with an auto confirm and something like that, then we can confirm it based on that. So that's up to you to do whatever you're thinking it's good to do. And let's go back and see what we more have to do. I think the last thing we need to work on now, it's the form here, and it's the redirect for this one to the provider. So let's copy this one and go up here and say we want to hit this one, and do we have provider somewhere? Yes, we have provider here, so it's built up here. Yeah, and what we're doing now, it's the confirm access. If we're not in development mode, I will sending you back, and of course I will change the URL before we're testing that, and then we're going copy this one and going up to the sign in, and then we put it inside here, and we have the provider too here. So I basically just think about, and this is the ODM provider, and I can just say provider here, and no, we don't need that. I'm just thinking about what I've done here, because the provider settings is still here, and okay, yes, that's what I have done. I have it here. I overrule the variable, and it could be good practical, but it could be dangerous. So, but for now I think that's okay, because we have the provider, and when we are done with this one, we don't need it anymore. So that's okay with me. And then we're going for provider, and should be provider ID here, and then we are good to go. Let's go back for the database, and we have the provider here, and let's update that and say developer mode false, and then let's go for my website pnkds.sh, and site SSL should be true. I'm having SSL on my website, and let's just say accept. No, we don't need that, and that's fine. And let's going to close this one, open it one more time, and I think I just need a little bit about the real here, yeah, the dashboard. You can see it. Where's the dashboard in this? I think it's because we need something where we redirect. It doesn't matter. Let's see what's happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are sending here. Some error appeared again, so I will just see what kind of error it is. The error is we need to say objects.get, and we have that error in the second one, but we have not testing it yet right now, so that's what the error. So we should be able to do it one more time here, and you can see we have sending here for the access token, and my website is just sending for the root, and that's basically okay to do, but we have a little bit error here when we have, you can see in the link here we have a dashboard, and when we open it here the dashboard is gone. So I think we need to work with that before we are finished with this. And to fix this problem, we need to go for the middleware, and this is the provider verifiable middleware. We need to go inside, and you need to jump to 77, and down here we overwrite everything. And for this we should do the like this: URL x is equal to directory request arguments, and then we will delete 2 of those, the ID and the token, and then we need to say the URL and then the access token is equal to what the token is, and then we have a new way to do it. So we need to go down here and remove this and say URL encode, URL encode, and then put this inside, and going for the top again in the middleware and say from URL parse import URL encode, and then it should be okay down below here in 77 almost. Yeah, and what we want to do now, it's going for the browser again and see what's happening. Close this down, open it up again, and you should see here real dashboard. So if I'm logged in again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will hit I'm going to say hit dashboard, and the dashboard with this one. So I can now redirect it for a page where I can confirm that, and it's working now. So that's all for this video, and I really hope you enjoy this video, and I really appreciate you taking time to see my videos, and I really hope you want to see, if you just jump in from the side and landing on this video, remember you can see everything from the beginning, from the blank document and up to what the system can do right now. And remember, everything you see here will be found in the GitHub, and you're welcome to subscribe my channel. I really hope you want. You can do it on the thing below in the right corner. I really hope you want to add it for your playlist and share it with your friends, and of course give it a like. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next time. Bye.